At the end of the day, every predicament that you're at in your life, you're there because it's your fault.
It's true, I guess.
It is.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what happened to me. So, I mean, what do you want to do? You want to kick it off on some happy news or some sad news?
I don't know. We could do a combination of both, you know?
I feel like the time that we grew up in,
Yeah.
it makes us happy to say what I'm about to say.
Okay.
The
Which
Seattle Mariners, when they do good things, they're having a good time in the dugout.
Yeah.
They have a trident.
Well, that doesn't happen very often. Did you hear what the GM of the Seattle Mariners said recently?
No.
That they're trying to win 54% of their games. That's a blanket what the Seattle Mariners as an organization is trying to do, like, every year.
That's like just enough profit sharing to not have to lose money or something like that.
I mean, whatever his reasoning for saying that was, that's what he said. And it was like, you know, everybody's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, even if that's your actual goal, why are you saying that out loud? What are you, fucking crazy? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what's like a legendary season? Like 100-win season?
Well, yeah, it was the Mariners.
And then you never win, and then you never win the chip when you win 100 games,
yeah.
right?
Well, they lost in the first round, I think, to the Yankees. That was what was that?
But it's like you're saying,
was
like,
that 03 or 02? I can't remember if that was the year I think that was the same year they fucking beat you guys. The year before, that was the Aaron Boone.
It would have been 03 then.
Yeah, the Aaron Boone home run, I think, was that year, because I think that was the year that they ended up losing to the Diamondbacks, I think, in the World Series. Yeah. But yeah, they had like 100 and I think was it 104 wins or 105 wins or something? Or, no, never mind. It was more than that. Like 100 and I think it was like 111 wins or something, or 112 wins. Whatever it was the record. Yeah, and since then they've been like around. Like, they're not bad. They're just not good either. They're just kind of always like on the periphery.
There's 182 or 162 games in a season, so you're trying to win 81 games plus a few more to get to 54%.
Basically they're trying to win 90 games a year.
Yeah, but it's like that's not too far off from a 100-win season. You know what I mean?
But
so
like,
it's like when you crunch the numbers, it's like you kind of.
When your stated goal is to just be like the last wild card team every year, it's kind of like, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
If you break the numbers down, he's saying they want to do a good job.
They want to do an okay job, is what he's saying. You know?
I don't know. He's like, but you know what happened last time we won 100 games? Not good.
That's true.
Not good. We got to keep the boys fresh.
Well, they're one of only how many? Yeah, I mean, shit. How many? It's them and the Rockies, I think. And the Padres. The Padres haven't won one. Yeah. There aren't many teams left.
Like
the Nationals, if you want to count that, but even then, like, if you want to go back to their Senators days or whatever, like, you know, fucking in the aughts, like I think they won fucking titles.
I don't know. I think they get, so far, we got Mariners, Padres, and who else that haven't won? The Rockies?
Rockies.
All fucking stupid names.
Yeah, I like the Rockies. The Rockies have sweet unis. I actually like the Rockies.
Yeah, but like you're just
They're
named
terrible,
after a mountain range.
Yeah, no,
that's silly. Like that's what you get. You should have came up with a cooler mascot, and maybe you would win.
Colorado Rockies sounds like a cool name. That's all right, dude. It's better than
the mountains, man.
The fucking what is it? The Utah Yeti now? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
or something. Yeah.
Well,
like, that's fucking terrible. The Cleveland Guardians. That's a fucking awful name. Awful.
They should have went back to the Spiders.
They should have just been the Indians. Like, can't we all just like admit that isn't that offensive?
We talked about this, I think. Like, they got that name because they had the first two Indians.
Because they were like pimping it. They were like, you know, oh, we should call you guys the fucking Indians because you have so many fucking Native Americans on the team. And they're like, yeah, you know what? Let's fucking do that.
We will.
Fuck you. You know,
the guys on the team were like, those are our brothers.
Yeah, exactly. It came from a good place. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Fuck you.
I mean, they're what do you call it?
What's
like
up?
their artwork mascot, if you will.
I mean, Chief Wahoo was a bit much.
Yeah, like it's like did Looney Tunes draw the inspiration to draw a racist Indian from the Indians logo?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'll be the first to admit that probably could go, but even then, those old like Cleveland hats are fucking sweet. I actually I've been setting my kid. You remember Albert Bell?
Yes.
I've been spending videos of Albert Bell because I want him to just be a dickhead to people. I want to start being a dickhead to people when he's like playing baseball.
It's like the number one where he like won't take
first base.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, because he had hit 3 home runs that game, and he was like, "Fuck you, I want to hit a 4th." And he was like, in interviewing him, he's like, I owned Hasegawa. Like, why would I want to go to first base when I think I could go fucking yard on him again?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I hit 3 home runs. I want to go for 4. Or the Fernando Vina one. Do you ever see that?
You got to, like, refresh my memory of the circumstances.
Albert Bell is running to second base, basically. Like, it's a routine double play ball. Fernando Vina has the idea that instead of throwing it to second base, like any normal functioning human being when dealing with Albert Bell would, he decides to try and put a tag on Albert Bell, and Albert Bell proceeds to fuck him up.
Like, he just runs him over?
Oh, I think I know. He doesn't run him over. He, like, uses his elbow to lift him off of the ground and then, like, he fucking rocks him. It was awesome. So, Albert Bell is, like, one of my favorite baseball players of all time just because he was such a fucking dickhead. I loved it. Yeah.
Who are, I feel like he got around the league.
Yeah, he started on the Indians. He went to the White Sox. He was an Oriole for a while. Yeah. That was just it. Like, he was kind of, he's a little bit of a loose cannon,
These Stephon Diggs, if you will.
Yeah. David Wells has a funny story, actually, about it where, David Wells he's like, well, your stereotypical pitcher where he's like, yeah, you hit one of my guys, I'm going to hit one of your guys. And I make a rule of it where, if you hit one of mine, I'm going to hit one of yours, and it's going to be the first guy up the next inning, no matter what. And he was just like, and unfortunately, it was Albert Bell. So he was just like, oh, shit. Well, I guess I got to do it, which I give him credit because he fucking stood on it. But he was like, so I fucking, I plunk Albert Bell, and then he's like, I'm watching him just stare me down all the way down to first base. And he's like, I'm lucky I'm a lefty because I can watch him at first base while he's just staring at me the entire time. He was just like, I was shitting my pants, like, fucking worried that Albert Bell was about to beat my fucking ass.
I like those behind the scenes stories of the pitchers when they hit people.
Oh yeah.
I was just down the Pedro rabbit hole.
Oh yeah.
Not too long ago, yeah. But that's even better because he's like getting Yankees.
Oh yeah.
He gets like Alfonso Soriano and Derek Jeter like back to back. He hits their fingers on the bat, and then they ask him, he goes, put him in the same ambulance to the hospital together. I was like, oh my fucking god. Do you remember the game that Pedro Martinez? Because do you know how many perfect games there've been thrown? There've only been I think it's 29 perfect games or whatever. And history of baseball, it's fucking rare. Yeah.
Pedro Martinez technically threw a perfect game though in, I think it was like 95 or 94 maybe. It was the year he was on the Expos though. He threw 9 perfect innings, and it was a 0-0 tie. He goes out for the 10th inning and gives a leadoff double, and they yank him out of the game. But it was like he had a perfect game. He pitched a perfect game.
Yeah.
But because the Expos did not score a run, and he didn't even get a win. He didn't even get the win.
Crazy. Yeah. He gets the loss.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I don't know if that's run from second was the game.
Yeah, because they could have got out of the inning.
They might have been like a multiple extra inning game. But at the very least, I know for a fact he didn't get the win. Like, they didn't end up winning that game. But he threw a perfect game for 9 fucking innings. Something that only has happened in baseball 29 times.
I feel like baseball is, like, littered with that shit, though.
Yeah.
Like...
With the Armando Galarraga?
I'm not even just saying, like, perfect games. Like, shit, like, more of, like pitchers putting on a fucking performance.
Yeah.
And then getting nothing from the offense. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like this guy threw, like, 8 scoreless innings and he gets the loss. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, that's honestly the story of a lot of Mets pitchers in, like, the last 30 years. Like, Jacob deGrom, you put him in any other era of baseball, that dude has probably 300 wins. But because he played for the Mets during an era where, if you were lucky, you were playing, pitching 6 innings a game, he ended up with, like, 125 or something. Like, there were years that the year Jacob deGrom won the Cy Young, I want to say he had like fucking like 9 wins. Like he was like 9-7 with like a 1.95 ERA. It was fucking crazy. Yeah. But yeah. Wins just isn't even a stat anymore in baseball, really. Like now that nobody pitches fucking 5+ innings regularly anymore.
I mean, it is an interesting point to take. You know what I mean? Like take all those old guys, shit, put the new metrics numbers on all of their data, and take their wins away, and like see where they stack up all time. You know, because it's like they're not the ones putting the runs up. So like, why the fuck does that? Does the wins matter in the first place? You know, like
I mean, it's the Burt Blyleven argument. Burt Blyleven's in the Hall of Fame, and I mean, he was an okay pitcher, but like he's in the Hall of Fame because he has 300 wins because he pitched in an era where everybody pitched for 8 innings, and he pitched for a couple okay teams.
Yeah,
you know, but because he just pitched for 24 years, he has 300 wins and is in the Hall of Fame.
I wonder how many pitchers are like shitty pitchers are in the Hall of Fame just from like like this guy had Barry Bonds on his team in the middle of the steroid pandemic. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, how'd he get in the Hall of Fame? Well, Barry got him a few more wins than he really should have.
But yeah, it was like all those Yankees pitchers. Everyone always wants to be like, Andy Pettitte deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. It's like Andy Pettitte played for the best fucking team of the entire 90s. And then he went to the Astros, and those teams were pretty good. It's like, of course he has 240 fucking wins, you know?
Andy Pettitte is a snitch.
Yeah.
He'd be telling on Roger Clemens.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Roger Clemens kind of told on him. He was like, no, ask Andy Pettitte. He'll tell you. And he was like, dude, I'm not getting involved in this.
Yeah, keep me out of this.
I think Roger Clemens and his tiny thumb-sized penis are not remembering the facts correctly.
Oh, man. Yeah, the baby dick. Ugh.
I feel like it sucks your ween and grows your forehead. Like that's where the robbing Peter from Paul comes from. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a trade I would make unless I was going to be a Major League Baseball player, I guess.
I don't even think I was like, do you want to be rich and celebrated and glorious and have a tiny wiener? Or do you just want to have a regular wiener? I'd be like, I'm just go with this regular wiener thing.
I don't know, man. I have a regular wiener, and it's not doing me much good.
Yeah, but I think if you're rich and powerful and everything, you're just looking down like, fuck, man.
Yeah,
what can I do about this?
I mean, nowadays you probably can't do something about it. Do some sort of surgery or something. Increase the length of your ween.
What does that do?
I don't know.
Some type of like, and put something in there.
Like a pump?
Put like a bar of soap.
Why a bar of soap?
I don't know.
We're just gonna install this fucking bar of ivory.
I don't know. What do you put it? You just put like a fucking, like a foam.
I don't know. It's probably just like an extended kind of thing. Like you just have like maybe all of a sudden you just have some train tracks on your dick, and it's just like it's like fucking Frankenstein style where there's like a scar around the fucking base of it, and it's just like we're just gonna extend this.
Yeah.
Good like 2 inches, I don't know. I don't either. I've never looked into it.
I just think it's got to be like I always think about I saw this chick at the airport today with giant fake boobs, and I was like, there's no way you like don't wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, these things are still in here.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever not you know what I mean? Like, it's got to feel like you got a box of rocks in like your chest.
A box of sand.
Yeah. I don't think you get I have
used to it ever.
I mean, I have that.
I bet you, though, the material they use is probably lighter. I bet you silicone is probably just more naturally light, though, than whatever is normally in a boob.
Than a fat tit?
Yeah, like fat titty,
I guess. But it's like the girl never had fat in her titties in the first place. You know what I mean? You're talking a titless.
Well, a lot of those, a lot of fucking women who have, like, big-ass titties end up getting the reduction because they have, like, back problems and shit.
Yeah.
So I guess I can empathize with that.
I just don't think you ever... I mean, I don't know. If you take it to I guess you get to a point with like a piercing or something like that where you're like, oh, I don't really notice that that's in me.
Yeah.
But I would have trouble accepting in your fucking
in your dick?
In your tits or your dick that you're like, yeah, I forgot that I had a doctor insert that thing into me.
Well, then also you got all those dudes who like go to like Istanbul to like get their fucking hair plugs and shit. Like there's some place like wild in the world where like everyone's going to get their dick surgery. It's like. I don't know if I want to be like trusting a fucking,
dude, it's like such a risk.
I don't want to go to Estonia to get a dick surgery from like a dude named fucking,
Vlad.
Yeah, exactly. You show up and it's just like a cargo container like filled with fucking rusty fucking screwdrivers. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's like the scene from Minority Report when he gets new eyeballs.
Yeah, or I was more envisioning Taken when he like finds the fucking girl in like the cargo container in Eastern Europe.
I think I got like sick of watching that movie. I never saw the end of it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you can guess the end.
Yeah. I'm like, I just gotta find her. I'm
Yeah.
sleepy. It's over.
That's surprising. I feel like that movie's like right up your alley.
Yeah.
Like you seem to be like very much on the like renegade, kill everybody, like, you know, give me what I want kind of movie.
I mean, there's no better movie for that than
Commando.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's Commando. That's my fucking jam right there. But if you're gonna...
I swear to God, you were like molested to that movie or something. There's something dark inside of you that will not let you let that movie go.
I don't know. It's a great movie.
I love that movie, but I just don't.
It's also Taken. Like they took his daughter.
Yeah.
It's the first Taken. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, it's just Arnold going and killing an entire island full of Spaniards. And it's like, but why, Ryan? Oh, yeah. They took his daughter. Yeah, they made him crash his truck down the side of a mountain in an ill-fated attempt to...
You know what? There's like 1 million of those movies, and they're all just so good. You the fucking Denzel one? Like Man on Fire?
Oh, yeah.
That's a fucking awesome movie.
There's a lot of scenes in that movie where, like, I envision some of our former coworkers.
Oh, yeah?
I was
The
like,
C4 up the ass?
I would love to fucking cut this kid's fucking fingertips off.
Yeah, I mean, that movie's fucking ruthless.
And then I wouldn't give him a cigarette.
Yeah.
Say no.
Yeah.
Did they get the girl in the end on that one?
No, I think she dies, right? Isn't that
I don't know. Isn't it like...
Or no, she does live. That's right.
But isn't it like the dad like arranges it or something?
Yeah, there was
it's
the
like
dad.
some political
Mark Antony
ploy.
Yeah.
Another victim of Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, have we talked about this before? How fucking Ben Affleck married Jennifer Lopez?
I mean, how it happened, or
no? Like Ben Affleck is like a fucking...
His name's Affleck.
Whatever.
Affleck. That's the car insurance.
How am I supposed to say it?
Affleck. Ben Affleck.
That's the same word.
No, it's not.
It is. It's the same thing. I'm making the same words with my noises. I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
J-Lo. How we married J-Lo?
Yeah, like Ben.
Yep.
B.A.
Yeah.
He marries J-Lo, right?
Yeah.
Like, I got to assume this dude's got, like, his core of Goodwill Hunting friends around him.
Yeah.
From childhood, right? From Boston.
Yeah.
You're all Red Sox fans, right? You're all, like, big...
Oh, is this a sloppy seconds scenario?
Yeah, like, you're fucking... like, you're kissing a girl that had A-Rod's fucking dick in her mouth, bro.
Yeah, but, like...
What the fuck are you doing?
Isn't it kind of like I'm taking it back?
Maybe. I don't know, but also, and now you're Eskimo brothers with Puffy. And who, God knows, all the Eskimos that are in the fucking hot now.
Well, I'm pretty sure they got divorced, so maybe that was a part of it. Maybe it was just like, I can't even look at you.
Yeah.
Dirty shit you've been doing. Yeah. That's another thing, too, is you marry a woman like that, and then all of a sudden she starts, like, introducing, like, slowly, like, different things into bed, and before long, you're like, where are we drawing the line here? Because this is fucking crazy.
Where'd you get this baby oil with GHB in it
from? Yeah.
Got me auditioning to play the Invisible Man over here, and I don't fucking like it.
Yeah, that P. Diddy shit, though, is fucking nuts. The fucking, there's, like, another assistant or whatever that, they, like, introduced into, like, the fucking... You know, whatever.
Is it like nobody can know her name, that one?
Yeah, her name, they call her like Mia or something like that. But the defense like tried to use, she like quoted a dream she had about being abducted by R. Kelly and then Diddy saving her. And then like the defense tried to use that as a way of being like, see, Puff Daddy's like a nice guy. It's like, it's a fucking dream. What are we talking about here? I feel like I was taking crazy pills where it was just like, every time my wife wakes up, like, if you ever had your wife, like, wake up and she's, like, just fucking mad at you for, like, the first 2 hours of the day, and you're just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
She had a dream?
Yeah, because she had a dream where she's like, I had a dream that I did this, and you did that, and fuck you, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I was asleep, man. Like, I don't have anything to do with...
I wasn't there in this
exactly.
fantasy
I'm
world.
not in fucking the mirror world, dude. I'm just the guy who's here in real life. But it just like vindicates that. It's like this now is like a fucking like a precedent that the court has set that now my wife can forever be mad at me about shit that she wakes up for. It's like, well, you know, they use that as fucking evidence that P. Diddy was a good guy. It's like,
they let
fuck
that
you.
unnamed lady witness.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Yeah, throw her testimony out.
Yeah, she's I don't know. She said some other fucking crazy shit though. Scroll down. I think I wrote it down. There no, nah, maybe she didn't. Oh yeah, no, fucking Point Beatles, man. Mick Jagger. She fucking says Mick Jagger was a part of this shit.
What does point Beatles mean?
It means point goes to the Beatles. Anybody who argues the Rolling Stones over the Beatles, it's like, well, you know, there's a lot of flaws with John Lennon, but you know what he never did? Fuck weird things at P. Diddy's parties. So, just saying.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's like a flap you don't want to get on your little fortune teller thing. You know what I mean?
What? Have to have weird sex with Mick Jagger?
Yeah, it's like go have sex with a skeleton in the closet, and then you open it up, it's like Mick Jagger in thigh-high boots.
Well, that too. I mean,
and he's fucking the dad from Family Matters or some shit. You're like, oh no,
100%. These fucking P Diddy parties that were going on, like, you know, in that like 06 to 2012 era or whatever. Like, Mick Jagger is a fucking 74-year-old man.
Oh
like,
yeah, he's still getting it.
He's still getting it, but he's gross as fuck.
Oh, he's fucking Bill Belichick at that point.
God damn. Yeah, so Mick, he's out now.
I feel like he's been out for a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like there's been some other, like I've heard some other things like question his like sexuality, like him and David Bowie fucked each other or some shit.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm like, yo, what are we doing here, guys? What are we still listening
I mean, I'm okay with that because it's two dudes who are of like grown legal consent and not like, but like if he's at P. Diddy parties,
I'm not okay with that.
But fucking dudes like against their will, that ain't cool.
Both of you back to England right now. I hope you did it in England and you didn't do that on our.
This is America.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like some words from the song
from
that
the
we
Old
sing.
Testament.
No, better not have fucked that guy in the butt in our fields of grain and.
So this is like the Star Spangled Banner. Just you slip in, don't butt fuck anything.
Yeah, don't be butt fucking no British fucking rock stars.
Yep. God
Dude,
bless America.
everybody's in this shit. Like Ashton Kutcher's involved. Like you know that girl Brittany Murphy that died suspiciously.
Yeah.
And then her husband died suspiciously.
Oh, I didn't know the husband died.
Yeah. And then they like didn't do autopsies, and then like one of their moms like sold all of their stuff online. Like,
yeah,
it's suspicious.
Yeah, that's not great behavior.
I heard some other thing too, where like Diddy was like hired a male escort to like fuck this broad.
Okay.
And like either come on her or come in her, and then she had to go in the other room and rub that mixture on Diddy's nipples.
What the fuck?
Like the shit that like is hitting like.
I feel like the Diddy parties have gotten to the point where it's like a fucking Mad Lib. You know, it's like none of this shit even makes sense. Like, how could you even? Yeah, how could you even like enjoy that? Like, what do you even get out of that?
Like, all right.
Honestly, it's like a god complex at this point, where it's just like the only thing they're getting off on is just being like, just making people do increasingly weirder things for their own amusement.
I know this chick hates cum and nipples, so I'm gonna make her do both.
Yeah. I mean, oh Jesus Christ!
Look me in my eyes at the same time.
Yeah. So there is that.
What's this thing over here? Is this it's a Brennan ad? Crypto torture kid was cooking crack in an air fryer.
Yeah, well, you remember
time to be alive?
Remember last week when I was talking about the kid who got like abducted by his friends?
Oh yeah,
with the crypto password. Well, they like released a video or whatever TMZ did, where it's like this dude just like tied to a chair while cooking crack like in an air fryer in their apartment. It's just like, what a fucking weird story.
How are you cooking crack if you're tied to a chair?
Well, that
seems like a setup.
Well, that, and then on top of that, though, it's just like, I didn't even know you could cook crack in an air fryer. Like, what other things do I not know about now? You know,
I can just see like one of those like infomercial guys,
the slap chop guy.
Like, but wait,
exactly.
You can do more.
6 rocks, 8 rocks, 12 rocks. We can do it all.
You can cook your. Well, the guy that I'm thinking of is dead from coke, I think.
Oh, was this Billy Mays?
Yeah. He like died on an airplane doing cocaine or something.
No, the guy.
He was probably on his way to Diddy's house.
Probably. The guy I was thinking of was the slap chop guy, the guy who got arrested for beating up the prostitutes.
You know they got him to go on Kill Tony?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And instantly they started bringing up the prostitute, and he was like, I gotta go. My lawyer told me I can't talk about this stuff.
I mean, to be fair, like if you're showing up to Kill Tony, what, you don't think they're going to talk about that?
No, like he wasn't. It was literally like somebody. You know how Kill Tony works? They like pull names at random.
Yeah.
And it's like your big chance, maybe, if you got your act together. But some guy was like up there doing a good job, and he's like, "You guys see the fucking." You know, he's like,
he's like in the crowd?
And Kill Tony's like, no, he's fucking out. He's like, no, he wasn't in the crowd. He was like outside of the mothership or whatever where they do the show.
Yeah.
And Kill Tony's like, I'm going to go get him. And
Yeah.
he fucking gets up and he comes back with him.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, this is fucking awesome. And there's like a big ovation, and then like, so about those hookers.
So
And he's like, I fucking knew this was a bad idea.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you slap chop a bunch of fucking prostitutes.
Yeah.
And the ShamWow, fucking this will clean up anything. Fucking blood, cum, semen, whatever. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Is this just a microfiber towel? Like,
it looks like a fucking rag, man.
do you still use those to polish glassware at the bar?
No. It's a good. Yeah, no, they don't even fucking have those anymore. Yeah.
Like, I just noticed that we don't have those for 3 years.
I just use a fucking napkin.
I hate the microfiber towel.
I do too. I hate
like
the way
how
it feels.
fucking feels.
Yeah, it feels terrible.
At all.
Yeah. I'm right
I
there
don't
with
like
you.
that shit.
Yeah.
One time I used a microfiber towel to clean myself off after some sexual activity. And my lady was not, well, I didn't fucking know. You know, I just fucking grabbed some fucking towels.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, why do we even have this? I'm fucking throwing this away when I'm done with it. You know what I mean? And she's like, that's a special, like it was to some, she's all about her cleaning. You know what I mean? So I ruined your special towel
with
my cum.
Yeah, I mean, that's not only is
After
that pretty
giving
gross,
you
but
just
like
probably half decent wienering.
a mediocre wienering.
Yes.
I mean, I don't like feeling it on my fucking hands. I couldn't imagine like rubbing that thing on my dick.
It didn't have the same effect.
Yeah?
No.
Was it pleasant?
I don't recall. I just remember thinking like,
just wasn't even noteworthy.
It didn't ruin my day like touching it on my hands.
Yeah. No, I mean when it touches like the pads of my fingers, I like it's like a nails on the chalkboard.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
I don't like this. Fuck this shit.
So I got a fucking massage where I was thinking similar things.
Yep.
I was like, I don't know if I like this or not.
Yeah.
And like this lady took me to the brink. Like she almost made me like call her daddy and put something in my butt.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I went in for like a deep tissue like massage.
Yeah, and she really got in there?
Yeah, and it was only for like a half hour. And all of this came about because my wife like all of a sudden is like, hey, I'm going out to dinner with my coworkers or not my former coworkers. I'm going to catch up with these ladies on Friday night. And I'm like, all right, so fuck having steaks. I guess I'll just figure out what I want to do on my own Friday night.
I guess I'll just get sexually assaulted by a masseuse.
Best friend, yeah. And she got me like a massage gift card to this place that she goes to all the time for, I don't know what it was for, my birthday or anniversary or something.
Yep.
So I was like, I don't know how it popped in my head because normally I'm not this bright, but I'm like, oh, all right, if she's busy, I'm going to use that massage. And I was like, dude, I'm never going to get in because she has a tough time like booking day off. You know what I mean? You got to be on your toes to be, or it's almost like you have to schedule like a recurring
Anytime I think to
on,
myself like, oh, I should book a massage, it's always like, well, I don't want a massage like in a month. I want one like now. So,
it's never. It's like good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
But they just so happen to have the shit open, and it was the same lady doing the same service. You know what I mean? It was a half hour at 7:30. It didn't matter if it was I forget what the two options are or were, but I just really like
beat the shit out of you or not beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like this lady. I'm very thankful that the universe connected us because, I was running late, not my fault. I left earlier than I thought I should have, and Providence traffic was popping at like 7:15 to get into the city.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't understand this. And
Is
then
this the Bodie spot?
Yeah. And then I get onto the street that it's on Broad Street, if I'm not mistaken. I get on Broad.
It's fucking annoying to find parking there.
Yeah, there's like no parking. So I'm like, I'm literally like driving past them, being like, should I call? I don't know. So I walk in. And like, I love how the hostess hit me with this. She goes, "Let's get you right back there so you don't miss any more of your time."
Yeah.
Not like, "Hey, dumbass, you're fucking late."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She hit me with like the nicest.
Yeah. The nicest like, this is going to be your fault when this is only 18 minutes long. Yeah.
So I'm like walking back there. I'm like, man, I really messed myself up on this half-hour experience, and I'm not gonna have time to like tell the broad what she wants to hear. You know what I mean? So basically, I was like, I've destroyed myself trying to be Tony Hawk as a child. And I feel like I really should have found somebody that like pull my neck out of my spine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And set me like that.
Fucking Sub-Zero you.
And she's like, all right. And she's like, I'm just going to step out, get yourself ready. And she comes back in and just fucking dominates me for like a half hour. And like,
she's like saying shit to you like, move your leg.
These are, no, she never said anything to me. And I mimicked that energy to where I was almost like, You ever hear like people like survive like a serial killer or something? They're like, I didn't want to give him the satisfaction, so I didn't say anything. So that's what I was thinking.
Just like,
yeah, like she was getting me, and I was like, don't say nothing. And then like towards the very end, she did something to me, and I like let out like a whimper. I was like, oh, like I can't even mimic it. You know what I mean? It's like such like she got me. And I was like, oh no.
And then she came.
Maybe, yeah. But now I rebooked with her in like a month, and I left her a nice Yelp review.
Yeah.
Oh, but also, so I was like in this thing of like, don't let the serial killer get the best of you. And then also at some points, I even started questioning. I was like, why are you driving like an asshole, bro?
Yeah.
What is this?
Like she's literally like beating the like bad habits out of you.
Yeah, like I'm like
you're a better man now.
I'm like, you're only saving a few minutes. You're gonna fucking die if you make one mistake.
I really should go back to school.
Like no, I never got there. That would have been amazing if she got me there. That might be a dangerous second visit I got lined up.
I should really write that book I've been kicking around in my head.
But yeah, I left that. So I'm like telling my wife this story when I get home, right? And she's like, well, how fucking high were you? And I'm like, I wasn't that high. I only ate like 300 milligrams worth of gummy bears. I smoked a bunch of bongs before I left, and I like ripped that pen the entire drive there. And she's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, that's just it, dude. I mean, you not really that high is like you operate in the stratosphere anyway. So it's just like there's nowhere else to go. Outside of that, you're in the cosmos.
You know what my problem is with not getting super high? I was like, I just don't want to chew up that many gummy bears.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You know what I mean? It's getting to a point where it's like, do I really want to chew more? Like, what a bitch.
I mean, your tolerance is fucking insane, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if I ate 300 milligrams worth of gummy bears, man, they would
probably
find
like trip.
Dude, they would find me naked in like the frozen food section of Walmart, like fucking 1,000%. You know, like we picked up this fucking guy who's been muttering about like the fucking Rosetta Stone or some shit.
He's covered in frozen peas and bungee cords.
Yeah, no, I mean you're fucking operating on a whole other level, dude.
Yeah, sometimes I went to the tavern. And I got busy out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that was last week. So I had this experience where I was like, fuck, dude. Like, I was busy last week. And then I'm in my car and I was like, I don't know if I ate 200 or just 100. And I was like,
so you popped 2 more just to be safe?
No, I didn't. I did not. I held back.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, who gives a fuck about another 100? And then I was like, oh, if you get fucked like you did last week, bro, you're going to care about that 100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, so bring it back to the fucking hospitality. The fucking health inspector shows up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And I was like, so I'm like watching this lady walk and she's got like a backpack on. And I'm like, look at this fucking nerd walking down this fucking road. You know, look at this fucking goddamn loser with her backpack on. Like, where the fuck are you walking to? Like, we're in Scituate, bitch. There ain't no, we're in the country of Rhode Island. You know what I mean? Like, there ain't no walking shit. Like, what the hell are you doing? And then she comes in and I'm like, fuck, this whole time, if I had not been roasting her and dissecting who she was, I could have warned the kitchen. You know what I mean? But now she's here, and I'm like, well, what am I going to do? Run in the back and be like, hide!
La migra!
Yeah. So she comes in, and I know for a fact that, like, our dedicated hand sink is, like, a sham.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting.
Everything is a sham. Yeah.
So I'm, like, waiting to get roasted on that. And but the last time we had a health inspector, it's like they forgot all about questioning the bar at all. They just like threw a strip in the dish machine and didn't bother me. Yeah. So the dish machine, I couldn't get that to prime. So
probably never has. Yeah.
No, it has. You can smell I've changed all of the chemicals. So she's like, well, it's not adding chemicals to the thing. And I'm like, lady, I'm the only one that ever refills the chemicals around here. I'm telling you, they're being used. You know, I don't know why I can't make it happen right now, but they're being added into it when you run the machine, you know? And then she was like, then she took points off at the end. Like, she wrote a report up and stuff.
Well, it's impossible to get a perfect score. So.
Yeah, then she walked out of the back and she was like, all right, well, whatever I told you, the dumpster's open and that's a violation too. So it's a few points less than what I just told you.
Yeah.
I'll see you in 10 days.
Yeah.
So I'm like sitting there calculating, like, No, I'm not.
Not my problem.
Yeah. So I told the other ladies, I go, look, and then obviously, of course, like all of the great things that you need to happen after she leaves. Like the one dishwasher that could disassemble and reassemble the dish machine comes in, and I'm like, Leo, how the fuck do I do this? And he's like,
yeah.
I'm like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I showed that to everybody. I said, if they come, they're gonna be looking for this, and like I don't know what you're gonna do. Well, like they have like don't even know how to fucking describe this thing. It's like a fucking table that that moves.
Yeah.
It's almost like a
on wheels.
No, like it's like picture like a kitchen sink, right?
Okay.
And then on top of the kitchen sink is like a piece of wood that matches the vanity.
Okay.
But it's on like sliders somehow.
Okay.
So you can like pull that piece of wood forward,
Yeah.
and it still stays perpendicular to where it's sliding.
Perpendicular to the square.
And then and you know what I mean? You pull that out and it like reveals the sink.
Yeah.
But what is sitting on top of this thing that you're pulling out is like the printer and the computer for like the server. And it's like
what? That's not code. You can't have like a fucking piece of wood over a sink, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, so yeah, the water's probably
Yeah.
turned off for a reason, so no idiot tries to use it and gets splashback on the back of like
all of your electronic equipment.
Now we're cooked. Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do about this situation, but
I mean, that sounds like somebody else's problem.
it is somebody else's problem.
I've never seen a health inspector come into our spot, and if they did, I don't know how. I don't think we would be open for the weekend.
I've been there for that.
You have?
Yeah.
They haven't been since then.
No way.
Like I've never seen one.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So you probably do.
We
Probably been like fucking like how long have I been going? 3 years?
3 years?
Something? Yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I hope somebody went across the street because we work right next to like a pizza place.
Yeah.
I hope somebody was like, yo, you guys are getting fucked next. Like, I didn't think about that. You know what I mean? To go tell them, be like, hey, man.
Yeah, they're in town. Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but every time I eat a pizza from here, I take a dump that's all liquid. I'm sure she's fucking coming for your asses.
Whatever's going on here, it ain't above board.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's, it is what it is with the health inspector. You're always going to get fucking docked for a few things. You're just hoping to not be shut down.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, she was like complaining to she's like, I feel like she was like writing her little report like at the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's like, I feel like they figured out who I am and like they like don't like me. And the chef's like, yeah, nobody fucking likes you, you hall monitor ass.
Yeah, it really is. Like, it is the one job where it's just like there's no one in the world who likes the health inspector.
Just ladies named Karen.
Yeah.
That are like, did you get him?
Yeah. Basically.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway. Yeah.
Do you own a pair of Skechers in your life?
I don't think so. Why? Yeah. What is the problem with Skechers?
I don't know, man. I guess I'm just like a bull. Like I bully myself. I bully everybody that I see. And like if I see you wearing like,
I have worn a pair. They used to be Skechers that are like kind of like work shoe looking. I used to rock them.
Oh yeah, they do have a work shoe division.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, but I just seen the box like at my doorstep. You know what I mean? Like my wife ordered them for herself on Amazon,
this?
and I'm like, yo, what? What?
I don't know. Are they comfortable?
I don't know.
Why don't you stop hating?
I guess I am just. I'm a hater I'm a brand slave.
I mean, are you aware
have...
that like the same Southeast Asian kids make Skechers as they do fucking Nikes?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're talking about like, pitting one fucking sweatshop against another, basically.
Now we're talking.
Just saying.
Mike Vick wears one set, and I don't know who another famous dog. DMX wears another pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was very tempted to, I guess my lady has got this thing called a walking pad.
The fuck is a walking pad?
I don't know. I haven't seen it in operation. I've only seen it in its box that it came in.
Yeah.
But to me, on the outside of the box, it looks like it's some form of like manual treadmill.
Okay. So it's just designed so you can like walk on it inside?
In your house. Yeah. Well, like when it's raining out and stuff, like she's all about getting her steps and like closing her loops, whatever the fuck that means. It's got to be something to do with like Apple Health or some shit.
Yeah, but like,
you know what I mean?
You can't go somewhere cool. Like if you want to get your steps in indoors, go to like a fucking mall or something, or go to like a fucking.
Yeah, but she's trying to get her steps in like every day.
Yeah.
So she's like, if it's dark, she's not trying to walk around the neighborhood and get abducted. You know what I mean?
Like,
she doesn't get home in time.
Emerald Square Mall right down the fucking road.
She's not gonna drive. That's like another fucking half hour in the car to go there and
That's
back.
8 minutes from here.
All right,
it's like down
16
Route 1.
minutes in the car.
Oh my god! If you're worried about 16 minutes in the car, but I don't know, man. She can live her fucking hamster ass life. That's a fucking weird thing, though.
But anyway, she got a fucking hamster wheel, and she got the shoes to run in the hamster wheel.
She had like a pellet machine.
And I was like, that would be the funny thing to get the fucking water bottle thing.
Exactly.
That's fucking hilarious, dude.
You should do that.
My joke on this was like, I was gonna get her a birthday cake with like a 40th.
Yep.
And be like, yo, you can't put the sketches on until we celebrate your fucking 40th birthday.
Yeah.
You know
Is
what
your
I
woman
mean?
not 40 yet?
No.
I'm
only 41. You think I married above?
Know. Maybe you
Older
married someone
ladies?
your age. I don't know.
No.
How old is she?
38?
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. My wife's older than me.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Well, like a year, but not even. But yeah.
That's why she'd be talking to you like that.
Yeah, that's why she fucking that's why she's mean to me.
She thinks she's so much fucking smarter in her dreams.
You fucking idiot. I'm fucking older than you.
You know what you did in
dipshit.
my dream?
You cheated on me in my dream. I don't even have time to jerk off. You think I have time to cheat on you?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I haven't been alone in fucking 11 years.
I feel like when other women are like nice to me, I'm like, don't come over here and try to ruin my life.
Yeah, exactly.
Just get the fuck out of here. Like, there's this one lady that comes into the tavern, and I saw her at the airport, and she's always very, like, flirtatious and shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this lady's husband is going to kill her at some point. Because I've, like, seen him in there a few times, and he just always has a look on his face like, I'm going to fucking kill this bitch. You know what I mean? Like, and so she's like, she sits down. I'm like, hey, Village Tavern lady. And she's like, oh, my God.
Yeah. Practically, like, ready to show you your tits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was like other men at the bar, and I was like, excellent.
Yeah.
Use your witchy powers on these guys to get them to buy you drinks or whatever. And so she's leaving, and she's like, my name's blank, by the way. And I'm like, I know your fucking name, hon. Like, I fucking take care of you at the tavern all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, the fact of the matter is that I don't want to be on a first name basis with you. Scram. Get out of here.
Yeah, one of you has already ruined my life. Two of you will just fucking furthermore destroy it.
Yeah. I can't even think like at one time in my life, I had a lady and I had a side lady.
Yeah.
And the side lady knew about the lady. She was all right being the side lady, but eventually she was not okay being the side lady and she wanted more.
And worlds collide.
Yes.
Yeah.
And problems.
Ensued.
And I was dumb enough I was a bartender at TGI Fridays. My regular girlfriend was a server at Fridays, and my whore side piece was one of my regulars at the bar.
Oh, so yeah, you're just all sorts of fucked. Yeah.
So I'm like thinking, like this girl would only come see me when like the other girl wasn't working and shit like that. But meanwhile, all the other girls at TGI Fridays are telling on me. Like, why is this girl always kind of, you know what I mean? So I'm like, no.
You're crazy.
But the one girl who was a server, she was like she was like the crazy jealous type.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like she was already treating me like I was fucking this girl before I was fucking this girl. So basically I was like, yo, if you think it's like that, then I'm going to see what's up with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then obviously things went down and I was a giant dirtbag about it. And sometimes I think about being in that situation. I'm like, dude, if you could go back and explain yourself, be like, bro, get rid of both these things.
You have no fucking idea how bad this is right now.
You have no idea, bro. Like the amount of listening and stuff that you're going to have to do for both of these broads. And like, honestly, if you think you're going to get yourself in a good situation, like leaving a girl that was loyal to you for a girl that was okay being on the side and she was like cheating on her man with you.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing?
Terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like step one, ruin your life, take 5 steps backwards.
Oh, man. I couldn't imagine cheating. I really couldn't imagine being with anyone other than my wife at this point because I just don't want to learn about anyone else. Like I've learned enough about the people that are in my life now and I don't want to ask any more questions.
Yeah.
Like there's no question I want to answer. There's no question I want to ask for the rest of my life. Like I don't want to know anything else about anyone else on the planet. That's it. Like I'm done. I'm done listening to shit, you know? At least my wife, when she fucking starts with like a story I've already heard before, I can then like just shut off my ears and be like, it's cool, man. You're on autopilot.
Yeah.
You don't even need to listen to this shit because you can just pick it up anywhere in the story and just be like, oh yeah, I totally remember that. You know? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I fucking hate that bitch too.
Yeah, fuck her. You know? But it's just, you know, I can't do it anymore. Even like meeting like new people at like work, I'm just like, we don't have to do this. Like,
yeah,
let's keep it surface level. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I have like that one broad that I don't be talking to at work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is actually kind of better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know what needs to be done before I leave. I don't have to fucking pretend like we're friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I do not like you. You've shown me enough evidence to, you know what I mean? Like I would not save you in the zombie apocalypse. You are not in the Restart Humanity crew.
See,
I don't have any crumbs for you. You know what I mean? It's just easy.
I've reached the point where I don't even have to dislike or like people. I could just leave them on a level where I'm just like, you are just basically a person I share space with for 8 hours, like every other day. That's fine with me. Like,
I like it.
Yeah. So yeah. Is Jameson Orange a digestif? I don't think so. Is it? Why do you refer to it as such?
Because that's what the guys that ordered it, they did.
You had a bunch of dudes order Jameson Orange as like a Amaro after a meal or something?
They said, we need a little something for afterwards. And I go, all right, what do you guys want to do? They're like, you got Jameson Orange? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, we need a couple of digestives. And I was like,
that's what he said?
Shit, bro.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, listen, I got a podcast where I talk about funny shit that happens to me working. And I was like, you just made it on the list. And I typed that up.
I mean, I would have never. It's basically like a white trash digestif.
Yeah.
But I mean, it kind of is maybe like Grand Marnier adjacent. So maybe like if you want to be an even bigger scumbag like Italian, it probably is like that's the next move. The next move after that is like ordering Fireball as a digestif. That's like, dude, you have like a goddamn black belt in fucking white trash.
I'm like thinking about being out in like Europe or like France or Italy or something at some fucking fancy dinner that I don't belong at, and like showing up in like an American flag tuxedo with Fireball for afterwards.
See, what you should do is you should go to like a nice like cafe and then be like, "What do you have for Amaros?" And then they run down like all of them, fucking Baron.
Make them say everything.
Every single one of them at the end be like, "I'll take 2 fingers of Fireball."
You don't have Fireball?
God damn. Yeah, that shit's gross. You remember Aftershock?
Yeah. That was the worst one.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was like it had all the fucking Hard Rock candy crystals in there and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. Goldschlager was fucking hot in the streets when I was coming up.
Getting schlagered.
Yeah.
With Goldschlager and Jägermeister.
That was like one of my sad things at XO when it's like, like all the gay dudes be drinking that. I was like, you gotta fucking be drinking Goldschlager all the time.
Yeah.
That's like a staple.
A gay thing?
That's like a staple of my youth.
Well, I mean, at least you didn't have to like pour it into a funnel into their assholes. So
I could see it.
I could see it too, actually. Some gold flake up the butt.
Oof.
There you go. I bet you that doesn't look the same coming out.
I've often thought that.
What, like drinking gold?
I don't got no gold flake.
Gold shit?
Gold flake turd coming out the other side, yeah.
You just take a crap and it's just solid gold.
I
like
love
a fucking
gold.
bar. It's like, oh!
Bro, Rogan had fucking Bono on?
Yeah.
And like all I could think about was like the South Park. I was like, you had the world's biggest fucking turd on the fucking Joe Rogan podcast?
Hot. That's my favorite part of South Park ever, is when he has that one final huge shit and he's just like spiraling up it.
Yeah.
Hot.
He's like the fucking best.
Oh, he's the best character.
Bro,
yeah. When he gets caught jerking off, you remember the episode where it's like the fucking
it's like the whole room is covered in jizz.
Everything's covered in cum. He's just like ghosts.
I also like when he's fighting all the time.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this is America.
yeah.
I enjoy that.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to South Park. Is this like not?
It's still around.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just I don't. We're old
like
now.
Cable isn't real anymore, so you don't get to watch Comedy Central every Tuesday.
Oh yeah, shit. That's a good point. I know it's still on. I just don't know what the fuck it is on.
Yeah, like you would
it's
just
not
turn
on Comedy
on
Central. There's no Comedy Central. Yeah.
So I don't know how to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
Like I fell off for like the PC Principal thing.
I think the last
I don't know how PC Principal wraps up. I know there's like some little girl that like symbolizes like adware.
Yeah.
And she's like getting in with Kenny and Cartman or some shit like that. Like Cartman thinks it's his girlfriend, but maybe it's like AI tricking him or some shit. I don't know how it ends. Like that's where I left off, and I was like, I don't know.
I think the last episode I distinctly remember, or like the last thing was the Imagination Land. Like those episodes.
That's a great one.
Yeah, I think that was the last. That year or so was like the last. Time I watched South Park.
That's funny, like all the villains coming out.
Yeah, Man Bear Pig. Yeah,
and it made me. Yeah, that's like I've used Man Bear Pig in my fantasy leagues for like a fucking long time as my mascot.
Yeah,
But it made me think of it made me think of this other thing that I put on this list, like all the bad guys coming out. Like, are you familiar with how Sean Taylor died?
No, I mean, like, I'm not the exact story of it.
So, like, kids broke into his house,
Yeah.
and one of them shot him in, like, his femoral artery, and he bled out before. But do you know why they shot him?
No.
Because Sean Taylor figured out that there were people in his house, right? So he wakes up. He was sleeping in the nude. He decides to put no clothes on, but yet grab a machete.
Oh.
So he greets these three
naked with a machete?
16-year-olds. Yeah, with a I was
fucking
shooting.
Oogie Urbina style?
Yeah. That's got to be a menacing thing. Like, you ever,
yeah.
Like, all I can think about is, like, replace that.
That honestly sounds like a Tarantino scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the he saw Sean Taylor hit that guy in the Pro Bowl, and he's like, all right, let's make him naked with a machete and maybe have him put his foot in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's got to be wild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all he had to do was, like, call the cops and, like, let them take care of business. But he's like, nah. I'm gonna murder these people with a machete.
Yeah. But
so it's like kind of like you killed yourself by mistake, bro. Like being a hardo.
Yeah.
Like the same thing, like everybody loves you for like killing that dude at the Pro Bowl, but it's like we weren't playing the killing game. This is a fun football game.
Yeah.
This isn't for murder. You know?
I mean, that was
so like that's was he like a loose cannon? Like everybody celebrates like Sean Taylor, like, oh, gone too soon. Da, da, da. Maybe he was a fucking psycho, bro.
He was a Miami guy, wasn't he? He was a Hurricane, wasn't he? Yeah. So I mean, all those dudes are fucking
psycho.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
you're a few details short of Ray Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, really.
Ray Lewis like, yeah, fucking machete? Fuck.
Yeah. Who just has a machete lying around their fucking house? Like, motherfucker didn't have kids.
Yeah,
or
like
anything.
you had to be deranged.
Yeah. You had to have the idea that, like, oh, if somebody ever comes in here, I got this fucking machete. You know, like he probably woke up with a spring in his step. He's like, oh, it's finally happening.
Hell yeah. That's like that fucking joke I heard, like this fucking black comedian that I was watching. He was like telling this joke about how his stepdad gave him this speech that if anybody ever called him or his brother the N-word, you beat the fuck out of him. Mm-hmm. And he's like, we just rolled around for like 10 years, like
waiting for it to happen.
Waiting. Yeah. And then he's like, it finally happened. And like, we tried to get him and the white kid outran us. And we're like, we couldn't even tell our stepdad about it.
No, yeah, you got to take that one to the grave at that
by
point.
A white boy, yeah.
My oldest is very fast. I don't know how or where he gets that from, but like he's like noticeably very fast. And on his AAU team, there's a black kid, and he like just smokes this kid all the time, and you could tell it like pisses the black kid off like a lot. Yeah, like you look at him, he's just like, why the fuck can't I beat this motherfucker? It's like, yeah,
that's excellent.
So.
That's definitely the one that we won't be sad if he has a high school baby.
What, my kid?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Pass the great genetics on young.
Yeah, there you go.
My boy.
Yeah. I'll get another crack at getting a professional athlete.
Don't worry, I got him.
Yeah, exactly. I'll raise this one.
Let me put just enough craziness into him.
Yeah. Speaking of athletes, I love this little post that you have here.
Oh, about Professor X?
Yeah, that's a fucking great idea.
Yeah, I saw somebody like shitting on Professor X. Like, if the motherfucker can move things with his mind, why can't he fucking walk
his legs?
Yeah. You can make your wheelchair levitate, but you can't make your fucking legs move, you fucking dumbass.
That's true, actually. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I think the Professor X technically doesn't have, he has telepathy, but he doesn't
not telekinesis.
Yeah. Doesn't have that other one.
Yeah.
Apparently the chair is its own levitating device. Yeah.
Was it a gift from Magneto, maybe?
Maybe. But I think we're missing the punchline of the joke. Like, there's never been.
Well, it's
like
your punchline. I want you to have
There's never been like a wheelchair athlete hitting the half pipes, and they call him Professor X.
Yeah, I fucking love that.
I love it. I got all that simply from one meme being like shitting on Professor X, being like, why can't he walk? He can do all these other great things.
Well, I mean, yeah,
that is kind of weird, right? Like, you go to like Professor X's mansion.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like
not wheelchair accessible, by the way. A lot of stairs in there.
Yeah, but it's just basically like it's like an orphanage where you read all these children's minds.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly problematic on paper.
Yeah.
There's some Diddy parties going on there. Little Epstein Island shit.
Yeah, they got a whole thing called the Danger Room. I told you X-Men was gay. You just weren't ready to open your eyes to it.
I guess you might be right.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not gay, it's at the very least very molesty.
What's your take on like every sports team having to do a Pride Month celebration?
I mean, I think it's just shallow and meaningless, but outside of that, they can do whatever they want.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah. I mean, to me, just like, does Oreos need to have Pride Month? I don't think anyone.
No,
I don't think Oreos being inclusive is on anyone's radar.
I just think it's this whole thing. This whole thing is just getting out of control.
Yeah,
it's like it's like the thing that you sexually fetishize.
Yeah,
fetishize.
It's
like becoming like your whole identity.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like my whole identity isn't like I like watching two chicks suck one dick. Like my whole life isn't.
I mean, that kind of is
what makes me come hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, I do. My entire life is based around fat chicks getting fucked in the ass. That's it.
I feel like one of my boys might leave a similar life to that.
Anyway.
One of my boys, one time, he told me, he goes, you know what the best thing about fat chicks is?
What?
He's like, you can say whatever you want to them.
It's true.
I was like, what, dude?
Is this your boy?
My boy.
I know
him. He came into the tavern the same day that the health inspector was here. He was the first one to start riding her, being like, how they doing? Yeah. I know what you're up to. All this, you know what I mean? And I think I didn't.
Is this safe to eat?
Maybe he ended up not eating.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck did the health inspector tell you, dog? Should I not eat my grilled cheese right now?
I mean, if anything, though, the day the health inspector comes is the day to eat there. You probably shouldn't eat any other day of the year.
I mean, it's really not that bad to eat there. You know what I mean? It's just fucking like...
Yeah, I mean...
We're keeping stuff in like...
The dirty secret is that any restaurant I've ever worked in has elements to it where I was like, oh, that's probably not great. But I mean, I eat there, so who gives a shit?
I'll say it like this, because I just left the airport, right? And it's like, I had employees sitting at my bar because they were going on like a trip. So it was like a girl that I usually work with and her mans, right? And I'm like, you guys want to put food in before we do the shift change or whatever? And she goes, we're waiting on Khalil to get here.
Yeah.
Which is basically like, I'd rather deal with the hygiene of this cook than the current one that you have on right now. And I was like, I respect that.
Yeah.
So it's more like that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It's like, yo, you want to go to where you work at to eat? It's like, yeah, but who's the expo tonight?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is the kid with the boogers there? Or
it's like, I'll get like fried shit, I guess, but don't fucking be making anything else. I'm not getting anything from pantry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think one of the girls in pantry was fucking not too shy about strapping up and handing out some fucking work. So,
yeah, like pegging dudes.
Yeah,
Jesus. Like in our spot, or are you talking about?
It was the dude's idea.
Yeah.
I don't think you're.
Are we talking about the same?
No.
I did work with her. I didn't work with the kid. I worked with her.
Yeah.
That's
if you see her like photo updates on Facebook, you're like, I can see it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have teal hair? All right.
Yeah. Well,
yes, you do have a fucking rubber dick swinging from between those things.
Teach their own, I guess.
I mean, I was almost there with that massage lady. She's getting me close.
Yeah.
She was
edging you?
She did this thing that I felt like it was probably what it feels like to have something inserted in your ass. Like she's just like putting her thumb like in my neck somewhere. And I was like, what the fuck? Like she was just like...
It was like one of those like Buddhist pressure points where you're like, why am I feeling this against my prostate?
Literally something I would do to like a little kid that was pissing me off. Like, oh yeah!
That reminds me, my brother's patented move when we were growing up. He used to kneel on my fucking arms, like right here, and then he would just fucking... He would typewriter me right in the chest, like the whole time, double fisting it sometimes.
Thank God it was with his fucking fingers.
He's got a baby dick, I bet.
I bet. Tiny weens. It always comes back to tiny weens.
Yeah, that's his punishment for being the older brother. Fucking baby dick. Anyway. Yeah. Fucking restaurants, though, they're all fucking gross. Like everyone I've worked at. I worked at a spot where I was eating, they had like these little personal pizza kind of shits, and I was eating it behind the bar. And I wore long sleeves at this spot. And I'm eating it. I've like put down my pizza. I go make a couple drinks. I come back to it. I go to finish the pizza. Cockroach crawls off of it and then down my shirt. So I just fucking throw the pizza and I start fucking flailing my arms. I got like a full bar and I'm just like, oh fuck, and everybody just stops and stares at me and I'm just like, It's cool. Nothing happened.
It's cool. I
was like,
thought I was on fire.
Yeah, I gotta go. It was the fucking. I never ate at that place again though, because I couldn't trust anything. I was like, from that moment on, everything has cockroaches on it.
Yeah. That's just like one of those bugs too. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it was a big fucker too. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
I don't be liking that.
You don't be liking that?
No. Have you seen T.I. rolling around lately?
No, I haven't. Not until now.
Yeah, we gotta perfect bringing this screen on the thing. But yeah, I guess T.I.'s new style should be described as the WNBA.
Yeah, you definitely that vest isn't doing him any favors. Also, those shoes look very pointed and effeminate.
WNBA man, all day.
Yeah, that's like a pantsuit special. That's a Pat Summerall. Yeah.
What about this right here?
Light off one too many Colombian candles over the holiday weekend. Don't forget to. I don't even get this.
Like,
one.
is that like a piss flush thing?
I don't know. What is this?
That's what I think it is. It took I got caught up on Colombian candles, and I was like, does that mean drugs? Because we were talking about white lightning last time.
Yeah.
But I think what that is a vial of either clean piss.
Yeah.
Or piss, like you drink it. But I think it is actually piss because what is wrapped around it in that rubber band.
Yeah.
And I just figured out what it is. Can you tell what it is?
No.
It's one of those things that you put in your mittens.
Oh, like a hand warmer?
Yeah.
Oh, to
so
keep
you
it
don't
warm.
get busted for your piss being cold.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
So light off one too many Colombian candles. Is a Colombian candle a crack pipe?
Maybe. Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is. And you gotta have somebody else's pee.
How long does crack stay in your system though? I feel like cocaine doesn't stay in your system that long, right?
Like 3 to 6 days or something, depending on how fat you are. It's all about how fat you are.
Yeah. It is all about how fat you are.
What about this guy? The guy got executed for killing a police officer 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Finally hits death row. His last meal was the tour of Italy from Olive Garden.
Oh, that's so sad.
And then I don't know why it didn't copy and paste it in the right order, but somebody fucking in the comments right here goes, you should have chosen the never-ending soup, salad, and breadsticks. Would have extended.
Oh shit, that's a hack right there. It's like I'm not done with my breadsticks. Yeah. Holy shit. Never even thought of that.
I considered starting the show off with this news. You know,
oh yeah,
you
the dude who played the Native American on fucking King of the Hill died.
Yeah,
he got shot by his neighbor or some shit, didn't he?
Yeah, because they didn't like the gays.
Yeah, well, he was gay, right?
He was gay.
Yeah. The neighbor didn't like it. Yeah.
They said that I read the his husband or whatever put out a thing which it's a crazy looking human if you got time to Google it. But basically, he was like, we were going to get mail at some place that we used to live at, but we were bullied out of living there because of our lifestyle choices.
Yeah.
And when we got there to pick up the mail, there was the leash and a dog skull, and it was the leash of their dog, and who knows if it was, the actual dog skull or not.
Yeah.
But basically, it was insinuating, we killed your dog, fuck you, here's its fucking skull in the leash that you can identify.
Jesus
So
Christ.
they were all freaking wigged out about that. And then the guy that ended up killing him started approaching him, giving him the business or some shit while holding a gun. And he was like, we were unarmed. We didn't have fucking guns on us. We were just going to pick our mail up at some house that we used to live at. You know what I mean? This is literally supposed to be we're never coming back to this neighborhood again. We're getting the rest of our mail and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the dude just gets fucking some psycho.
Well, that's not a great look for Pride Month.
Oh my God, bro!
Did you not put that together?
What a way to fucking kick it off! Holy shit! Damn, bro, you got a new president. Pride Month takes on a new meaning, dude. Yeah. You better watch out. Who's going to get tomorrow?
God damn.
So yeah, I don't know, but everybody on King of the Hill's dead too. The guy that voiced Dale, he's dead.
Oh, really?
The blonde was voiced by Brittany Murphy back in the day. Yeah, P. Diddy killed that bitch.
Wait a minute, what?
Luann.
Luann. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought you were talking about the blonde dude. I was about to be like, yo, give that bitch an Oscar. How the fuck is
fucking Boomhauer? Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good show.
It's getting rebooted.
Is it?
With an adult Bobby.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I can go behind that.
It kind of looks like Peggy has the clip that I seen from his they gave Peggy Ozempic and she got her boobs done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's skinny Peggy with big tits.
Big tits?
Yeah.
I could get behind that.
What about you see fucking Patrick Mahomes lady got her fucking knockers done?
No, I try not to pay attention to that woman.
Well, I wasn't paying. It just came up in my.
Yeah.
I hate her. I cannot stand her.
You love to pay attention to hating her.
You know, I'm really not into fucking jerking off to interracial porn.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind seeing her make her debut in one.
Oh, she definitely looks like one of those, chicks that would get, plowed by some guys in sneakers.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's Skechers.
Yeah.
Like she just looks like she's had like too much. Like it's too much. Like her lips are done. Now her fucking tits are exploding.
Well, she's got to try and keep him around.
But it's like, lady, you were in decent shape. You know what I mean? You had like 3 kids. You were on the cover of Sports Illustrated with normal tits.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? Like they put you on one swimsuit cover and you got to go crazy? Now I don't understand.
She has to start planning for life without Mahomes because now at this point she's what, like 5 years into this marriage?
Probably longer, bro. They've been together since like high school. You ever see those pictures, like their senior pictures?
Yeah.
And she's like doing all this goofy stuff to him, and even the look in his eye, he's like, "I am a caged lion" as a senior in high school.
Yep. Yeah. So he's gonna be out the door soon.
I don't think so. I think they're gonna have a long and healthy marriage.
Oh, good. Look at you being all optimistic and hopeful for the future.
If they made it this long, they're gonna make it.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. Is that the only four? What?
It's like a commentary of like the grocery store and like a couple black people being like, white people love this stick.
Yeah, but the black people don't use the fucking stick at the grocery store to separate the groceries?
I don't know. I never looked at that.
So what,
before.
I just end up with half of your shit? Like, what are we talking about?
Well, it's probably a form. It's very Karen of somebody to be like, meh.
No, that's just how it's supposed to work.
Yeah,
this is the line to determine, like, okay, well, now you can put your groceries here.
That's how I feel when I like it's same way how like when you're being dumb in the driving fast lane. Yeah, like no, this is how they designed it the other way.
This is society, man. Without that stick, then there's law. It's just lawless in the fucking grocery store line.
The last person that I drove around today gave me such a dirty look to be passed.
Yeah,
and I just had to do this. I said, "Look at all of this land in front of you, sir, that you're underutilizing."
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Why is James Mason's picture John Elway? Is that John Elway?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks funny. He killed a man,
He did. He did kill a man.
He's a murderer.
At least a manslaughterer.
Yes.
I don't know if that makes it any better.
Former agent / best friend. That's how Patrick Mahomes is going to go out.
You think so?
Yeah, like his agent's going to be like, "Bro, I know you're never going to leave her, bro. I got to kill you in an unfortunate golfing accident."
It's a murder-suicide
I can't stand. Can't stand to see you with her anymore.
I don't hate that as a bet. Like if they were giving Vegas odds as to like odds of his wife Brittany or whatever, like murder-suicide. I mean they're long because it's not likely, but like I would take them.
Well, yeah,
throw down like 100 to win like $250,000. I'd do that.
I mean, if he gets caught cheating, I could see her going full blown like
exactly
Christina Benoit, if you will.
Yeah, and if she fucking kills him, she's killing herself afterwards. So
I don't know.
That's the move.
No,
you gotta kill yourself afterwards.
No, she'd want to be heard.
Yeah,
she wanted to star in her own Lifetime movie about it.
Can't make TikTok videos when you're fucking dead.
I know Patrick Mahomes is going to P. Diddy's house, and this got me all fired
up.
Just
fucking outing him on everything.
I had to kill my whole family about it.
Yeah. Well, that's that's a choice.
I mean, I feel like that's like a pretty solid. Like you never would have thought you'd get that far down like the GOAT rabbit hole as being like, well, Giselle's pretty crazy, but
she's not Britney crazy.
This other lady's pretty crazier.
Yeah.
Hey, Mahomes he's just gonna win 7 Super Bowls and have a crazier wife, and he's gonna be all set.
He's all set. What's this about the new Gucci ad?
Oh my God, bro. They got a fucking new cologne out called Guilty.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like a cologne ad. I see that it's called Guilty.
The spokesman OJ.
And I'm like, I'm watching it on mute. You know what I mean? And it's just like literally, I'm like, how the hell is this ad going to go down? And I look up and it's this fucking black guys spraying it all over themselves. Like,
are you serious?
Black guys spraying Guilty on themselves, bro? Like,
oh my God.
Fucking going to sell it all, dude. What the hell?
I don't think anyone, put that through fucking marketing.
I don't think, somebody has to hire me for this stuff.
God damn.
Like,
are you serious?
What are you guys doing?
That's fucking hilarious if that's true. Guilty Gucci. Somebody had to have pulled that already. All right. That is a black guy. And
Nah, this isn't it.
this isn't it? All right.
But it is that guy,
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky. No,
Yeah.
see, this is 2 years ago. This is 2 years old. Yeah, they already took it down off YouTube. They're like, we can't. We got to get this out of here.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, that's a white guy. I don't need him.
Get him out of here.
Yeah. Get out of here, white guy. Don't talk to me about the U.S. judicial system.
What's like the opposite of that? Like, what is fucking Shane saying? Especially, he's like, I used it. He's like, it's wrong if you don't use it.
What do you mean?
His what do they say that we have?
White privilege?
Yes, the privilege.
Yeah.
Like that'd be the white guy just spraying privilege on himself.
I mean, that would at least be funny. A black guy spraying a cologne called Guilty on himself is just, it's not
I
a great
fucking
look.
laughed in my head, bro. I laughed hard enough to put it on the fucking thing about fucking making us laugh.
I'm just saying their design wasn't to make you laugh, or maybe it was. Maybe they're getting like meta now, where they're just like fucking. We're gonna like fuck with these people right to their face.
The prosecution's like, we're about to rest, but can you just tell me what kind of cologne P Diddy? Is it guilty?
Is it Guilty? I hope it's not.
Okay, we rest. We rest.
Well, the only people I see wearing Gucci anyway. Maybe it's because of our clientele, but they know their target market.
Yeah, you know, like Gucci, like sneakers are like $1,200.
Jesus Christ.
And they look like fucking stupid. They look like Keds.
All those fucking anything that like costs a lot of money now, I just don't understand.
Yeah, they're like
why the
made
fuck.
on purpose to like look bad.
Yeah.
I don't love it.
That reminds me, actually, during like not his last fucking meltdown or whatever, but the one before that one, we ended up getting like a pair of Yeezys like, from it was like a Goodwill kind of thing or whatever. It was like one of my wife's friends or whatever had like a bunch of shoes and shit. She was like, "Oh, my kid outgrew these or whatever." We like found them and like put them up on the internet. We sold them for like $200.
Oh yeah, I think I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. So we did it just in time.
Yeah, yeah. Every time I see dudes wearing them at work all the time now, and I'm like, what do you think about when you put those shoes on? You think about his cousin?
Probably thinking a lot about Jews.
Or not. I don't know. You just don't keep up. You're like, nah, man. Like this.
I think at this point,
MTV
everyone
told me
knows
this
about
is
Kanye
cool.
West. Like my fucking mother knows about Kanye West.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I don't know if my mom knows about Kanye.
We should have her on here. We should talk to her about Kanye West. We should find somebody who doesn't know anything about Kanye West and then like introduce them to like, fucking college dropout and shit and like bring them along
Slowly, yeah.
Yeah. And then at the very end be like, and now he just hates Jews and sucked his cousin's dick and he's lost his goddamn mind. Like, what? Yeah.
Somebody is going to be like, still a banger.
Yeah.
I don't care. Have you heard 808s and Heartbreak?
I mean, the Hail Hitler song, say what you will about it, it's got a good beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think it's. I don't know, dude. I'm telling you, like all of this stuff is just Kanye trolling. I don't believe any of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's mentally ill.
Yeah,
see,
I'll
though.
give you that, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's fucking. Well, I don't know. Method Man said he saw him sucking dick, so maybe I got to go with what Method Man has to say.
I mean, if you can't trust Method, who can you trust?
Nobody.
Big Meth.
You can't trust the Woo.
Yeah. 36 Chambers, baby. Slums of Shaolin. Wu-Tang forever. I feel like I've said it a few times and you just never pick up on it. Whenever you say the word perpendicular, I go, perpendicular to the square.
I've never picked up on that.
No.
Nope. I never had a Wu.
You say perpendicular a lot, actually.
I never had a Wu-Tang album.
Really?
I had like 36 Chambers, but I only listened to like that one song that was like when they're like, when the Shaolin sword in the Wu-Tang style.
Yeah.
Bring the motherfucking ruckus.
Wu-Tang, I feel like, is one of the weird, I mean, they really are the weirdest rap group ever, whereas that most of their commercial success, I feel like, isn't when they are Wu-Tang Clan. It's all of their offshoots.
Yeah.
Like fucking you have, fucking Raekwon does, for Cuban Links, you got fucking Jizza and shit does Liquid Swords. Fucking, yeah, I mean, like, they're more, like Method Man, Tikal and shit. They're more popular, actually, as individuals.
Yeah.
Like,
And also like
number of Wu-Tang albums, I think there's maybe like only 4 of them.
yeah.
Like it's 36 Chambers, it's fucking Wu-Tang Forever and what the
There's
fuck
the one
is
that has gravel pit on
Yeah, I was
it.
gonna say that. I was literally gonna say the same thing.
And then they have that one that like
they
some
sold to
nerd bought.
Martin Shkreli or whatever, the dude who like bought the AIDS medication, then hiked it up to fucking 1,000%. That guy. You know that he's the guy who owns
He's
that
the
Wu-Tang album.
Patron saint of Pride
Yeah.
Month.
Oh yeah. Is he gay?
No, but it was an AIDS joke.
Oh.
Got him.
Well done.
Got him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not an ally at all.
I think they have him on something where like Shane Gillis is roasting him, and he's like, "Didn't you make like medicine for people that were sick like way more than they could afford?"
Yeah.
And he's like, he starts like trying to defend himself, and Shane's like, "No, you suck. You suck.
Yeah.
You're a bad person."
Yeah. I mean, there's really
That's like another thing. Like, why would you let the ShamWow guy go? It's like, this is not going to end well. Why would you come on here?
Well, I think I remember that actually because he goes, well, actually, they've made a generic version of it, unfortunately. And Shane's like, unfortunately, people can get medicine.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I've been watching a lot of older Shane.
Yeah.
And it's funny to see him just as kind of like a Philly scumbag.
Yeah.
Before
he's really blossomed into himself.
Well, he just looks like young too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what.
I feel like he's gotten skinnier.
Maybe. There was one podcast that I was watching where he's like sitting there and he has like a pillow on the couch next to him.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm like, damn, bro, he's been working out or something because he looks fucking jacked. And I'm like reading the comments and somebody's like, yo, that pillow sitting next to you is making you look buff, but I know that you're still fat. And I was like, oh, fuck, I got tricked.
You also know he's the kind of guy who reads all the comments, and he probably took that really personally.
Maybe. I don't know. He seems like he's having a good time.
Yeah. All right.
Are we done having a good time?
I think we are done having a good time.
All right.
We gotta get going. You unfortunately left me locked out of your fucking house for 15 minutes. So that ate into our time.
I'm an asshole.
You are an asshole.
All right. Give us a like. Give us a share. Give us a subscribe.
Yeah.
You could be lucky subscriber 66.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe we'll give you a DOS Comet t-shirt.
Yeah. I have to return that? I don't even get to keep it?
All right. We'll get another one.
Later, guys.